Awesome. That's good. Hey, let's start talking about the recruiting functions in Workday 2023 Release 1. My name is Viivi Kaikkonen, and I'm a functional consultant here at Tietoevry, and I have recently joined Tietoevry. My background is in HR and recruiting and in social and healthcare. I am excited to be here, and let's dive into Workday. If you have any questions, please send them via the chat and comments and reactions if you have any. And we will see if we have the time to answer your questions here or maybe later via email. The safe harbor statement applies here, of course. And the new key features in recruiting are adding documents to offers and employment agreements, the candidate pool enhancements, candidate ranking, the internal mobility, and then some other features. And we will look at the talent acquisition roadmap if we have the time in the end. The first feature is the adding documents to offers and employment agreements. Here you can find the link to community, and there you can see the details of these new features. This enables you to attach documents when sending offers or employment agreements to your candidates. So I think this will be quite a useful feature. You can add, of course, different kind of attachments. They don't need to be offers or employment agreements. They can be anything you would want to send to your candidate or future employee, like info on benefits or something like that. And it's easy to manage who can view the attachments and see the attachments in the candidate or worker profile. Here you can find the configuration steps, and regarding the offer and employment agreement business processes, you can have one or the other configured into your tenant. So this will work the same either on the offer business process or the employment agreement business process, which one you have in use. But let's see this in action. I have recorded the demonstration videos beforehand, and I will talk you through it here. I am logged in as Logan McNeil, the super user or HR administrator. Firstly, we will go and edit the business process security policy for offer. Here I am using the business process offer, but like mentioned, you could use the employment agreements business process too. And if we scroll down, we find the new add documents step, and we will give a security group access to this step. I have already given the HR partner the correct access. And remember to activate your pending security policy changes when needed. Then we will go to the offer for global support, business process definition. Of course, you could use the default definition, and if you are using these custom definitions, always remember to make the changes to everyone if you want to using this step in the business processes. Here we can see the other steps in the business process, and let's add a couple more steps. Here we will add the action step called Add Documents to HR business partner, HR partner. And the other step will be the review documents. And this we will add to the candidates and also for HR partner. And we get an error when we hit OK, but the error will disappear once we configure the document step. Here we will, in the document step, add the new add documents step here. And we could give it some conditions or instructions. And here we could also select the e-signature option if we want the candidate to be able to sign the document right away. And I will select the e-signature and give it a statement. Here we could also add multiple documents to review if there were other documents in this business process. Then we will go to a job requisition and make an offer to one of our candidates. So we can see how this works in action. Here we can find our candidates, all 2 of them, and we will make an offer to the other one and move them to the offer stage that will launch the business process. We get the business process to Logan's inbox, where we can add the hire dates and then submit the process. Now we get the add documents task into Logan's inbox, where we can add the name to the document and choose from the categories. There are multiple options here. We can add instructions to the document. And we'll add the file from our computer. And we could, of course, add multiple files if we wanted to. Now we get the review document task to our inbox, and we can see how it would also look to the candidate, and the candidate could sign the documents here. Good. So it is recommended to configure the review documents step to include the both generate document step and the add documents step, so the candidates can review all the documents in one experience. And if you choose not to use this. You don't have to configure anything. Your business processes will continue running as they are right now. Next, we will talk about candidate pools enhancements. Here you can again find the link to community to check out the details. And this feature will allow you to customize the candidate pool grids and the data shown in the candidate pool grids. And maybe customizing will make using the candidate pools more interesting and useful to you. Here we find the configuration steps, but let's look at this in action. Here in my video, I am again logged in as Logan, the HR administrator. And we will go to maintain the candidates list assignments. Here we can find the default candidate pool grid. We could of course, also edit the default candidate pool grid, but we will here create a new grid configuration. Just remember to choose the candidate pool as the grid you want to create. We will give it a name and we could add comments if we wanted to. We get an error for using the same name twice, but just changing the name will allow us to move forward. So here we can configure the grid. Just to mention, the candidate column, including the candidate information, will always stay on the left side as the default. So there's no need to configure it. And these individual columns will stay on the left side of the grid as static, and the grouped columns will be on the right side and scrollable. You can have up to 15 columns in each section, in the individuals and in the grouped columns. So in the individual columns, I added the location and created the label override. And in the grouped columns, I will add the job applications, the application date, the source, and the current company. And of course, I could create the label overrides if I wanted to name them differently, but not this time. And on the top of the page, we can also create a composite column where we will add the composite column and give it a name. We will call it added info. And the composite column is a column that combines the fields to one column. So we can add four different fields to one column if we wanted to. Now I'm only adding 2. And in the sorting, we can sort the data with some field from the grid or with some other field, and we will sort by candidate. Of course, you can also choose the sorting direction. And now that that is done, we can go and view the candidate pool report. Here we can choose from all the active candidate pools. And here we can see on the left the candidate column automatically there, the composite column added info, the location column, and on the right side the grouped columns. And if there were more of them, we could scroll them on the screen. Here we can, of course, filter by any column, and it is possible to save the filtering if you need it more than once. And it is also easy to delete the filtering. So there are some fields that might affect the performance of the pool. So keep that in mind. And if you want to access your inactive candidate pools, you can find them by using the Edit Candidate Pool tag. So you are able to edit and customize your candidate pool page grid. And if you choose to do nothing, your candidate pool pages will remain as they are. And then let's talk about candidate ranking. And here you can find the link to community. So it is now possible to rank your candidates based on your chosen criteria. And I think this will be useful with job requisition with many applicants. You can decide the ranking criteria, and there is a lot of opportunities to use this feature. There are some configuration steps to be done. The most important is the security policy changes, of course, and just remember to activate your pending security policy changes when you are giving the access to these domain securities. Here's the other page, but you can check this out from the material layer. Okay, so let's look at this in action, and I have already given the access to Logan in the domain security policies in the recruiting functional area to this recruiting process, rating and ranking, and also the setup ranking domain. Firstly, we will create a ranking template. Here we can name our ranking template and give a description where we can specify the goal of the ranking and the ranked by criteria. Then we can add the ranking criteria. I will be using total years of experience, current title, and the location of the candidate to rank my candidates by. And I will add the total years of experience first. And this is a number field, so we can just rank from highest to lowest. Then I will add the current title. And since it is not numbers, we will have to make a priority mapping. Where we will choose the most important titles we think would be useful for the business analyst position. So I am giving it a name, and I will use the same title, business analyst, and 2 more titles I think might be useful. Then I will also add the priority numbering. And now that my most important, the business analyst title is as a number 1, I will sort this from lowest to highest. Then I will rank my candidates by the city. And we are looking for an employee in Australia. So I will use Melbourne, Sydney, and Brisbane. And also give these cities the priority numbering. And if you have multiple data mapping on the same name, Workday will give an error. So we will differentiate with the country. And now that the ranking template is done, we will assign the candidate ranking template. Here we can choose from all the ranking templates. We will choose the correct one, and we can add this to job requisition, one job requisition, or multiple job requisitions. And then we need to edit our grid configuration on the candidates list. So that we are able to see the ranking numbers and sort by the ranking. So here we select the default candidate list, and in the sorting in the field, we will choose the candidate rank sort field. And in the individual columns, we will add the candidate rank column so we can see the ranking numbers. And then let's go see a job requisition where we can rank our candidates. Here on the Candidates tab, we see this new button, Rank Candidates. When we press the button, the page will reload. And here we can see the rank candidates column, candidate rank column. And if you press on the number, you get more information about how the ranking is done. And you can see that there are multiple candidates with the same ranking number. And you can see the last time and date when the candidates has been ranked on the bottom of the page.
Vivi, before you move on, we have a question.
Yep.
So
Yes, please.
Anina Hirsivara is asking, we would like to pull the email contact information to the candidate pools where we mostly have internal candidates. There is a field for email, but for internal candidates, there is no email available on the candidate profile. Any ideas how to get the email information to PoolGrid?
That is an excellent question and probably very useful useful feature for you, but I'm not able to give an answer right now. I will get back to you, check it out in the tenant and get back to you on email.
Great, thank you very much,
Good.
Vivi, and thanks for the question.
Thank you. Good. Let's ask more questions if you have any, and we will check them out, of course. So about the additional considerations here, you can see the additional considerations here, and you can create new candidate ranking templates, of course, but you can also edit existing templates. And if you do, just remember to re-rank your candidates on the job requisition where the template is already in use. Good. So what is changing is the ability to rank candidates based on your criteria, and there are some configurations to be done. But if you choose not to do anything, then you won't be able to rank your candidates, but you can use your candidates as they are right now. Then let's talk about internal mobility some more. Here you can find the link to community. And Workday provides this new jobs hub where employees can find their job postings and job alerts and referrals and their applications, and also complete tasks related to their applications. The job browsing experience has been redesigned, and the internal application process has already been has also been streamlined to a single page. And there are some configuration steps, but I think we will look at this in the tenant. And here I am logged in as an internal worker first. So we can see from the home page, go to the menu, and here we can find the Jobs Hub. Here on the overview page, we can see customer configured announcements, recently added jobs, and my recent applications. On the left side, we can see other pages in the Jobs Hub, like Browse Jobs, where we can find all the open job postings. And if we search for browse jobs, Workday will automatically take us to the Jobs Hub. Here are some filters to make the searching easier. And here we could create alerts for jobs. And here on the bottom of the left side, we can see suggested links. In my applications, we can see all the active applications I have created and also the inactive ones on the different tab. Here is also the My Referrals page. But let's go see open job posting. So this is the internal job posting. Here is the new design and navigation. On the top, we can see the apply or continue application or view application task. Here we could also withdraw our application. Let's go see another job posting. And apply. And here we can see the new one page apply. And here the contact information is defaulted and some other information also defaulted from the worker profile. We could, of course, add and change the information here if needed. Here in my applications.
Vivi, yes. Can I interrupt you? There is very relevant questions for what you've just shown. So firstly, Antti Korveneranta is asking, can you configure browse job filters?
Browse job filters. I don't think so. They are the 12 or 8 filters that are there, and well, I don't know if you can. I can check it out, but yeah, I have a feeling that they are the ones that Workday has provided. But I can check this out, of course. Yes.
All right, and then there is a second question from Johanna Ylikari. She's asking, do you know if there is a Finnish language translation of the Jobs Hub? It seems the left side banner is in English. Is it a question of our configuration, or is the translation missing?
Yeah, I'm not sure about on the menu from the front page when you go to the menu and there is the Jobs Hub. I think that is the Jobs Hub, at least in English. But this name, what we can see here, the GMS Jobs Hub, is something we can change. I will show this later on how we can change this. But yes, I will have to check it out how it works with the Finnish translation in the menu, the Jobs Hub translation. Yes.
Great, thank you very much, Vivi, and we will come back to you with more answers after we do the testing.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you. Good questions. Let me see if I can go back a little bit so I know where I am. I am here. Yes. So here was the application. Now I'm going to my applications. Yep, and here we could see if there was any tasks appointed to these applications, and we could do the tasks here. And here we can also withdraw our applications if we want to. Okay, now I'm logged in as Logan McNeil, the HR administrator, and let's look at how the Jobs Hub can be customized. Here in the configure homepage content, we can remove the career worklet, and the jobs hub should be there automatically. And in the maintain hubs, we can customize the jobs hub. Here we can change the name like mentioned, and we could also add announcements. We could add text or pictures or videos or links to the overview page announcements. Here we also find the navigation item override tab, the suggested links tab, where we could add links to external pages, to tasks or reports, or to dashboards. And here we could customize the sections and cards in the Jobs Hub. And then if we go to configure optional fields, we can change the fields in My Applications. So we could hide the fields of hiring manager or job requisition or recruiter or supervisory organization. Yeah. And here you can see in the menu bar the Jobs Hub again. Good. So recruiters can only view the candidates' public information, contact information, the public phone number, and the email if they are in an unmasked stage. And if you're using the masked, you can only see the candidate's public phone number. And the old careers worklet will be deprecated and needs to be replaced by the Jobs Hub. And the old Find Jobs report will be automatically replaced by the Browse Jobs report. And here are some considerations for Career Hub and Talent Marketplace users. Most of these features will be automatically available, and if needed, there are some steps to configure. So this is a good new feature where the job browsing experience and the internal application process is looking a lot better. Then there are some other features. For example, the discovery board controls are changing so that you can create controls from prompts and from filters. And in offers and employment agreements field defaulting, you can create condition rules for hire dates on offer and employment agreements. Of course, these hire dates can be overridden later if needed. The Workday messaging is expanding to Canada, and in the working time, you can use condition rules to add scheduled and default weekly hours for an accurate FTE percentage. There are also some security enhancements and some other enhancements like the LinkedIn Recruiter System Connect is enhancing. Also, the ability to create job requisitions for multiple existing positions is coming soon also. And I think we have a couple of minutes, so we can look at the talent acquisition roadmap, where Workday is aiming to create a frictionless candidate experience in internal mobility and for external candidates also. They are looking into ability to candidates use their social media credentials to create a candidate profile and interview availability. Also, equitable hiring at scale is something Workday aspires to. And of course, improved decision making for hiring teams that will mean collaboration and improved communication. Also, Workday is looking into enhancing the candidate engagement. Yes. Hey, thank you for joining. I hope this was useful for you and